So let's do recycling for collecting, calculating, and displaying. And then next week we'll do transportation. Then we'll move on to validation and then API. So for recycling, here's our instructions. So go ahead and make sure you make all your updates to your index.html. I've done mine. And so here's what it looks like based on my reading of this requirement. So in this case, it's different than the other ones we've done, in the sense that, first, if you, I mean, it's not. We've checked boxes. We've dealt with those. Those haven't been an issue. It's really in the way that we're handling them, right? So checkbox in this case, right? We had two of them, and we wrote logic to handle that. In this, we had one, and then we wrote logic, and we'll do the same thing here, right? Of course, first we just have more of them. This is true, right? And then the way we calculate them will be different, right? So if you do not recycle, which would be here, 24 points. However, if you do recycle, then depending on which of these you click, for each one of them will subtract 4 points, okay? So that's the way the calculation will go. But what this really means, at least for the beginning, is we need to set up inputs for all of these. Then we tell our form to go get the value for all of these, and then we display the results. And then we'll move on. Actually, we'll do the calculation, the results, and then we'll move on to the table, because the table will create a little more of an issue for how we're going to handle it. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do for this particular one, and I probably would suggest for you, it's up to you, but I put up another little file. So I put my form handler, I already have my index changed, my calculator, and my results up. And then I created to my other side all the IDs that I was going to need. And it's just going to make my life a little bit easier, which I'm cool with that because easier is good, right? So I'm going to need all these IDs, and then when I get to my results, here's the ID I need for that one. Okay, so I'm just going to get started here. I'm going to select this one so I know. Oh, and here's the other thing. I'm going to actually do input because I know that's going to be, I'm going to make my life even easier. Query selector. Okay. So then what I will do is I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe that's true. If not, I'll get rid of one. Okay, so now I can say, right, my do not, cool. So if I recycle glass, plastic, paper, better not move along before I actually get that in there, aluminum, steel. Ooh, I did get one extra. Okay, and compost. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now I have my inputs done. That's awesome. So now we know what we need to do next. We need to do our get form inputs. All right, so we know where we do that. We come down to our. And again, last time I kind of did it the other way, but I don't know why doing it that way still made it a little bit confusing for me. So I'm going to go back to the top. And actually here, because I have them now in the file, right, I could start saying, okay, that's my key. And in this case, it's a checkbox, right? So I know I'm going to say the input dot checked. Then I'll say recycle glass. Okay, dot checked. I guess I could have done a similar thing here. Recycle plastic. And then paper. A little too quick on the... And of course there, the more I type, the more it's going to help me. Recycle paper. Dot checked. And this is where, because we have so much, it can recycle aluminum. See, I almost did it. I think I'm just going to have to be quiet and code. Recycle steel. Recycle steel. Checked. And then compost. I love that they have compost on here. Mostly because I do compost. Recycle compost input dot checked. Okay, so now I have all my Git form. So now I'd come back up here, right? And now I'm going to need each one of these to repopulate. I know, right? Do not recycle input value is going to be equal to the entry dot do not recycle. Okay, the recycle glass input value. Oh, yep. No. Nope. It's not value. It's checked because it's a checked box. Okay. Actually, that I probably could. Yeah, on the next one. Okay, I'm going to finish this one, and then on the next one, I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. So on the glass here. So I know I'm going to have dot checked equal entry dot. Okay. Does it make my life easier by having these? Let's see. Okay. So if I come here to recycle plastic, okay, that does make it a little easier. I don't have the less to type. Recycle glass and plastic. Plastic here. Glass, plastic. Okay. It's debatable. Okay, so after plastic is paper. Not checked. At least maybe it makes my... And then recycle paper. Good. Oop. Oh, so now I'm on paper, so I'm going to need a couple more. 1, 4. I think I'm going to need 4 more. Okay, so no, maybe 3. Recycle aluminum. Yep, input. I bet there's a keyboard. Yep, there is for end of line. Okay, recycle aluminum. Steel. Recycle steel. Checked. Recycle steel. Oh, good. So I actually did. I did. Both times I made one too many. Okay, recycle compost. Compost, it should be input. Yep. Okay, and then recycle compost input. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I have the populate and I have the get form. Good, so now let's go to the calculator. Okay, so on the calculator, again, tried to help myself, and you can do this as copy, and you can pause here, because here is our content, our comments for our new calculator function. Okay, so you can pause there. And I can see down here, I haven't called it yet, but I know what it's going to take in, right? I know it's going to take in do not recycle. Recycle glass, recycle plastic, recycle. It's so funny, I'm doing this and I'm hearing the recycle truck come by, maybe. I hear one of them going by. Recycle aluminum, what is it, steel? Yeah. And then recycle compost. Okay. Now those are the things I'm going to take in, right? So I could go ahead and come down here and I could say, so calculate recycle points is going to be equal to calculate recycle points. Data dot do not recycle, data dot recycle glass, data dot recycle plastic, data dot recycle paper. Where is paper? Recycle paper's not there? Why wouldn't recycle paper be there? I did it here. Okay, why wouldn't recycles paper? Data dot recycles aluminum. Oh, it was there. Data dot recycles aluminum, steel, and data dot recycles compost. Okay. So I pass all those things to that function. Okay, so now let's go ahead and come up, and I just kind of wanted to get those done because it's a lot of typing. Okay, so now how are we going to handle this, right? So here's where, if do not recycle. If you do not recycle, then just return 24 points, right? That's what our, right? So if we do not recycle, it is 24 points. And then for each of them we do recycle, then we're going to say else. Now we're going to do the checks, right? So else, so in our else block, so let's set up points equal 24, okay? And then we'll say if recycle glass, then what are we going to do? We're going to take the value of points, we're going to minus equal. So we've done plus equals, now we're going to take whatever that points is and we're going to do 4, okay? So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Okay, so now we know not glass, but it will be plastic. Nice, not glass, but paper. Cool. Not glass, but aluminum. Not glass, but steel. Not, and you could come up with, I guess, an algorithm to make this a little easier, but honestly, because of this, now, like I did before or unlike it, right? So let's just return points. Now, by the way, we have to do it here, right? If we don't return points, this obviously, right? Because not these are just settings. So in this case, it is different in that sense that it is different that it takes the base value and then it modifies it or decreases it based on which one the user selected, because these are coming in as checked, so they're true, false. So what we're going to do here now, let's go to results, and then I think once we get results done, we'll pick it up on the second part. Okay. All right. So in this case, const. Now here. Oh, I have it here. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute, I have it here. Okay. So we have footprint display. is equal to results container dot query selector. Okay, cool. So then down here, right? So we'd say recycle display dot text content equal recycle. So results dot recycle should be just recycle footprint. That's right, just whatever that footprint number is. Now in this case, we don't need to do the, again, here we really don't need to do it because the user is not entering a number. It is just determining an integer number. So I would say running two each, or two fixed here would not make sense at all. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I have any errors with just that. Okay, over here, let me just look on a reload. Okay, I have no errors here, so let's just start with the base. Let's go ahead and clear this. We'll start with the base. Oh, I did have this, so let it run. Ah, undefined points. Okay, good. Okay. So we know in there, so let's look at that. Okay, so in this case it's just the, but is the, if we hit edit, does it repopulate it? Yeah, so it does repopulate it. So it is just in the display, which I seem to have struggled with several times. Results, recycling footprint. Sure seems right. Okay. Oh no, it's actually not there. Okay, let's go ahead and update. So it's actually in the table. Oh, it would be. Oh no, it wouldn't be. No, I'm sorry. No, it wouldn't be because it's in the results. It's in. Okay, so let's set the breakpoint here. Okay, let's hit update. Let's come down here. I'm gonna just click a couple more because we're gonna end up testing this. Update. Okay. So I am getting. That's good. Ah, results. So that means I'm not returning the value? Let's go look. Okay. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. I didn't. And actually, I didn't add this. I did two things. I missed two things. Ah, well. Okay, so let's do. Actually, this should just be recycle points. Okay, and this should be recycle points. And this should be recycle points footprint. And then recycle points. Yeah, I forgot that little part. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just edit this one first to see did it oh good, it did capture all those. So let's try something different. Let's see if we're getting the display. Ooh, we're still getting on there, but let's see, are we getting, yeah, we're getting the update there and the update there. Recycle points. Let me go look at my, I know for a fact that other one was an issue. So it's on the displayed results. Recycle. Oh, I think I called it recycle, didn't I? I think I already see it. Yeah, I called it recycle. And up there in results, what did I call it? Recycling. Foot. Is that right? Oh yeah, shouldn't be points. Should just be. That's right, because it's the key that represents that. So it should not be points. which means to do another test, I'm going to need to clear my local storage. I'll do this, calculate, run that. Cool. Oh, actually, recycle point should not be 1. Okay, so now what we get to do is run our calculator. So equal, okay, so now let's go here and see what's happening. Oh, nope, 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 I don't want to do that. I'm going to come over here and hit edit. Okay, I do not reach, okay, so here, let that run. Uh-oh. No, I know that one's okay. It's calculator I wanted it to hit at. I wanted it to hit inside of here. Oh, you know what? Even before I go there. Results. Recycle footprint. Recycle points. Okay, let's go look. Okay, so here, do I have, am I edit up yet? Okay, let's see. So now I have a breakpoint right here on calculate points. So let's go ahead, I guess I had 2 in here. I'll go ahead and let this run. Why is it not? Oh. Oh, that's why. Right here. On the calculator. On the calculator. I was a little too eager. But let's just do this. Recycle points. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, let's try that again. Cool, 24. Cool, that worked. Okay, so let me try one more test. Just let's do a, with nothing. There should be. Why would it have returned 20? Why would my recycle, if I don't do any of them by default, subtract for each? Okay, well, let's look at that one. Oh, maybe let's go do this. And even though I've done that, that's a really good point about what happens here. So it's not here. It's not false, false. Oh, paper was an issue. Paper was an issue. Oh, look, I didn't pass in paper. I remember when I did set this function up, I remember thinking, what's wrong that paper wasn't showing up? But it still should not. Oh, it did. Okay, yeah. Yeah, yep. Okay, yep. Okay, that's an interesting error because in this case, I didn't pass it in, right? So it should, that should have been checked because must have been true. Recycle. No, I had them in order. That's an interesting, oh, because I passed it in. No, because I didn't actually specify it. That's an interesting one. Okay, well, let's just go fix it first. Recycle paper. Okay. There it is right there. Okay, so now let's see. Okay. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's go here and see it run. Okay, so we're going to set to 24. Basically what we're doing here is we're saying if they didn't select anything, we're going to assume they're just going to be 24. And in that case, it is 24. Okay, so I made a couple of typos and logic errors here, and I hope that helped flush those out. All right, let's move on to the last part of this one. Oh, by the way, let's see. Here's your commit message. I did these. All right, so this is start. We're starting and we'll finish it on the next one.